Welcome to part 3 of Up and Running with Power BI for Dynamics 365. So last episode, we showed how to import Excel charts to use them as is in Power BI. Now we're going to show you how to import Excel data to create your charts inside of Power BI. Okay, let's get going. So back inside of the Power BI app website, powerbi.com, here's the dashboard that we created in the last episode. Let's get started with a new one. We've got to get data again. We're going to go get files. Our files are on OneDrive, just like we did before. We're going to get the exact same Excel file in this case, doesn't have to be. And we're going to use the left option, import Excel data, because we're creating the charts inside of Power BI rather than using the ones we have inside of Excel. And you can actually see after a couple of seconds here, it has put the data set inside of Power BI for us. Now we want to create the reports. All what we have right now is data. So let's create the reports. Click the ellipses, go down to Create Report. When you do that, you're going to be inside of the Power BI designer experience. So we can easily start creating. Choose a visualization, click on it to drop it onto the page, go over to your list of fields, start dragging them into the parts of the visualization that you want. In this case, I put the Dynamics 365 version and the count of the Dynamics 365 version into parts of the pie chart to create a really simple pie chart. These were how our people responded who came to the original webinar with which version of Dynamics they're on. Let's go create a donut chart, similar, but let's create the donut chart based on what people said about their status with Power BI. Also really simple to do. Just drop the component on the page, drag and drop the fields where you want the fields to be dropped, and just like that, you've created a nice visualization inside of a Power BI report. Let's go a little further. Let's create a card here to display a little bit more information. On this card, let's just display the total number of people who took the survey. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag the field data source, which was just one of the columns in Excel, and I'm going to switch the summary type to count of data source. So that's just counting the number of items in the table. And I could change the subtitle there if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I just want that number 5 there, mostly so you can see how a card works to quickly display a single number in one of these dashboards. Okay, now let's dive deeper. Everybody loves to work with maps, right? So let's drop a map on the page. We had our surveyees tell us what state they were in. So we're going to drop that inside the location. And just like that, you can see that it has shaded each state that somebody is in who participated in our original webinar on this topic. And I can do some dragging and dropping and formatting to make this look exactly the way that I want it to look. So it looks real nice inside of my report here. And you can see these are interactive. So depending on what I click on my report, everything else on my report automatically updates to reflect what it is I'm drilling into, how it is I'm updating my visualization. You know what? I want this map on my original dashboard that I created in the last session. So when I tell it to do that, first of all, it says save your report. Right now we were creating a report, not a dashboard. So I've saved the report. Now it says, okay, now you can pin to your dashboard. I pinned it to that last dashboard I had already created. Let's just go click Go to Dashboard. I can navigate to it if I want to, but I click Go to Dashboard. And just like that, you can see I now have a dashboard. Now, if you watched our last episode, what you know is this dashboard combines elements that are directly off of the Excel spreadsheet, the donut chart and the table that you see there. And now it also combines another element that came from just the data from Excel, but that was built inside of Power BI in the report designer. So I've taken 2 different reports. I've pinned different elements from those 2 different ports to the same dashboard to create a nice looking simple dashboard for my users.